We're at section 2.5, and in this section I want to take a little side road about skills you'll need to be good in this section. And of course we're talking about the use of Gauss-Jordan to solve the following equations, or and that means we convert it into a matrix, and then we solve it using the row echelon form. So let's begin there. All right, so I have this equation set of, or actually I have it already in matrix form, and we're going to adjust them all and solve the matrix, the augmented matrix. The word didn't come into my brain. All right, so let's talk about this. So I have a 2, a 1, and a 3. I have a 3, a -2, and an 8. And this is an augmented because the variables are like x and y, and then the constant of this system of equations. So the first thing we want to do is to find an LCM for the 2 and the 3. And of course it's 6. So for changing row 2, I'm going to multiply everything by 2 to get that 6x there, minus 3 row 1s. All right. And I'm going to do it on the side. So I'm going to have 2 times the 3, the -2, and the 8. And then on this side, I'm going to have a -3 to the 2, the 1, and the 3, because these are my new rows. So I'm going to have a 6, a -4, and a 16. And on this end, I'm going to have a -6, a -3, and a -9. All right. So, of course, we're trying to zero out that particular, this is going to be my new row 2. So that zeroes out. I'm going to have a -7 and a 7. Okay, so then I know that if I divide by a -7, I'm going to have 1 equal to -1. All right, so now I have the 2, 1, 3, and I have the row 1 is -1. All right, so now I can substitute, or in this case, I can work out to get rid of that center term. So on row 1, I'm going to subtract row 2. All right. So that's going to give me a 2, a 1, and a 3, a -1, and a 1. And that'll give me a 2, 0, 4. Okay. Oh, that should have been a 0. Sorry about that. So now I have, this is mine, and I'm going to divide every term by 2. So that's going to give me 1, 0, 2. So I'm going to have the 1, 0, 2, 0, 1, -1. So my solution is a 2 and a -1 for that system. All right. So, well, on this one, it's going to take much more work. So what we're going to do here is use our calculator. All right, so we know it is a 3 by 4. We're going to use our calculator. Let me turn that on. And we're going to enter it and do an RREF. And you have notes on this for the prior section, 2.2, and I used it again in 2.3. All right, so let me clear that. That's when we were adding. matrices. So I'm going to go to second matrix. I'm going to edit, and I said it was a 3 by 4. And now I'm going to carefully enter my matrix. 1, 0, 2, -4. Make sure you insert it with a negative value. 2, 1. Oh, sorry. There I go again. -1. I apologize. -2 and 9. Always go back and check. And I try to do that so that I don't have an entry error. All right. So now I'm going to go by column. 2, 1, 2. 0, -1, 2, 2, -2, 3, -4, 9, and -5. I'm good. So I'm going to do a second quit because it's good. I'm going to do second matrix again. I want math, and then I want to arrow to RREF. Sit on the home screen, and then I need the name of the matrix I want to work with, and of course I want the A, and I enter. So that gave me that answer scenario. So let me move that over here. And what my answer is the matrix 1. Oh, I don't have it view always at front. There I go. 1, 0, 0, 2. 0, 1, 0, 1. 0, 0, 1, -3. So here my answer is 2, 1, and -3 in this order. Usually it means X, Y, and Z. Okay, so now we're going to review multiplication. And in the we're talking multiply matrices. And it had to do with the fact that the number, that the columns of the rows is equal to the rows of the second matrix. And what it said for us in this particular information was that we should consider the rows, the meaning of the rows per the column. We we did this by calculator strictly, and that should have gone down here, and I'm sorry about that. So that goes to this part right here. So let me do, and we have decimals, so let me write them down. 2/10, 4, -4/10, 1 and 1/10, and 6. All right, so let's look at that. 1 is 2. Okay, this is a square matrix, a 2 by 2, and this is a column matrix, which is a 1 by 2. Notice that this and this have to match, the row and the column. All right, so if we're doing this math, we would do the 2/10 times the 4 plus the 5/10 times the 6. And then we would have for the next row, row 2, I would have the -4/10 times the 4 plus the 1 1/10 times the 6. And now it's a matter of doing the calculator for this guy. So let's continue on with that. I'll get my calculator out. 2/10 times 4 plus 5/10 times 6. And I get 3 8/10. And we're doing the math for the next one. Negative 4/10 times 4 plus 1 1/10 times the 6. And I got that right. And I get a 5. So this is the product. And it would match the last entry, which was a column answer. All right. Well, then, of course, we used it by calculator. By calculator, this would be matrix A, and this would be matrix B. And this is a square matrix at 3 by 3, and this is a column matrix 1 by 3. All right, so we're going to take our calculator. All right, I'm going to clear what I have, and I'm going to go second matrix, and I'm going to edit, enter, and it's a 3 by 3. See, it shrunk it. Now we're going to type over what I have. A 1, a -1, a 0, a 3, a -5, making sure I use the negative, -2, 4, and 2. All right. So I'm going to check now. 1, 0, -2, -1, 3, and 4, 0, -5, and 2. We're good. I'm going to do the second matrix again and an edit. But now I'm choosing B. Arrow down, choose B. And it's a 1 by 3. Oops. What did I write? Oh. And I wrote that wrong. 3 by 1. Sorry about that. Sorry. It said 3 by 1. Oh, no wonder it didn't come out right, right? Let's clear that. All right. It said 3 by 1. Oh, man. It's a row matrix, not a column. Okay, I'm going to put the answer, -1, 2, and 3. -1, 2, and 3. Okay, so I have both of them. So now I'm going to do second matrix. I'm going to name the A on the home screen times second matrix, and I'm going to arrow down to the B and enter. And I get the answer of 3, -9, and 16. Okay, now remember, we're going to use a calculator primarily, but I wanted to review that so when we get to this part, our lesson, it'll be easier for you to understand. Okay, thank you for listening.